Another Brick Fan here with day 22 of the 2020 Advent Calendar builds. This year I'm doing Harry Potter, Star Wars, and City. Before we get into today's build, let's go ahead and take a look at the builds we've done so far. Starting over here with Harry Potter, you see this microphone and music stand. That was yesterday's build, and then the rest of the Harry Potter builds behind those. For Star Wars, we had a Gonk droid dressed up as a snowman. And then in City, we had this long trailer that goes along with the truck that we built in day 20. Let's go ahead and get into today's build. Let's start off day 22 with Star Wars. It's right here in the middle. And it looks like a Stormtrooper minifigure. Here's our Stormtrooper minifigure. Pretty standard Stormtrooper. Has a black leg attachments here. The white legs are attached to that black T-piece to give it the look of the belt around the waist there. Pretty good printing. I like the detail. Very detailed here around the belt. You can see lots of fine detail in there. The gray and black printing looks pretty good. I like this newer helmet style. So these are actually done with a black insert around the white, so it gives the eyes are done a little nicer, and some other detailing, as well as a little bit of black around these edges, so it looks like, and it fits a lot snugger than the older style Stormtrooper helmets. Of course, we get angry clone face, just like the one we got with our Sith Trooper earlier. So that's a very common face for Stormtroopers, has been for quite some time. The printing on the back is also done very nicely. No alternate expression for our Stormtrooper though. And then of course he has the standard black Stormtrooper blaster there on the side. Probably would have been nice to see him more Christmas themed, but always good to have more Stormtroopers for your collection. Let's move on to Harry Potter. Here is Harry Potter. Let's look at day 22. And it looks like Hermione Granger. So here is Hermione. Looks pretty good. You got the subtle freckles on her face there, you can see. This is a different hairpiece for Hermione. Obviously she's dressed for the Yule Ball, so she has her hair styled a little differently. There is a peg piece here in the top, so she could wear some kind of accessory if you have any. Looks like the printing didn't quite line up here between the 1x2 printed piece, so the dress is off just a little bit. Well, just the ribbon, it looks like. The other pieces look like, all these pleats look like they line up okay, but that ribbon didn't quite line up. Done in this good pink color, and then it kind of gets darker as it moves down. And then a dark pink 1x2 on the bottom to give her some extra height. Just like the other ladies in this set, they didn't have any printing on the back of the 1x2, but the back of the torso looks good there. Falling over the shoulders, and then here's a more angry expression on her face. This Hermione looks very similar to the one we got in the Clock Tower set from last year. I'll go ahead and put a picture of that up here so you can compare the two. Overall, a very nice minifigure. Let's move on to City. Here we have City. Let's take a look at day 22. And it looks like a speedboat that is also in the same color as that truck we had from 2 days ago. Here is the boat or speedboat that we built for day 22. It's done in the same colors as the truck we built 2 days ago, so I'm assuming this goes on the trailer, so the last 3 days build go together. This is nice with a long nose here, so you could theoretically have a sitting area up here, then some windows back here where the driver would sit back in here and have more room to sit back here. The engines are done with this stud and then the post, so it goes down into the water. And then these rounded 1x1 bricks to give it some texture for the dual engines on this boat. Let's take a look at this all put together. Here we have the last 3 days builds put together. So we have the truck, the trailer, and then the boat. And as I mentioned, the boat and the truck have the same color scheme. So we do have a complete boat transporter here that was built over the last 3 days. Let's go ahead and recap the day 22 builds. So here are our 3 builds for day 22. We have a Stormtrooper, which is, like I mentioned, a pretty much standard Stormtrooper. We have Hermione Granger in her Yule Ball dress. One thing to note is her hair is different than normally you'd see for Hermione, and she does have that little post hole there. So you could put an accessory on there. She didn't come with one, but if you see those in the Friends sets quite often. Finally, we have a speedboat here for City that goes with the prior 2 days build. So there's a complete boat transporter with a trailer and a boat to go on it. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on day 22 of the Advent Calendar builds. I'm going to get started on day 23. Until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to see more of my content. I've left a link to my Advent Calendar playlist up here on the screen.